Welcome to the 2010 Society of Professional Journalists Awards, in recognition of the best journalism in Utah. We begin with the best in spot news. In television spot news, the winner is Jennifer Stagg.
It was cold.
It's been miserable, to tell you the truth. Just been sheets of ice.
This story offers great, fast-breaking coverage, said the judges.
Getting out of the cars and falling, flat on their backs or on their faces.
And if it looks hard to walk on, try driving on it.
The judges particularly liked the video of a fallen trooper. In Newspaper Division A, the winners are Robert Gerke, Sheena McFarland, and Thomas Burr of the Salt Lake Tribune. The judges said this story is an example of how breaking news and long-term sourcing go hand in hand. Obviously a team effort in the newsroom, exactly how it should be. For Division A photography, first place goes to Stuart Johnson of the Deseret News. The judges called this an excellent news photograph with a lot of drama and impact. A very armed SWAT officer on the prowl and a frightened little girl peeking out the window. In Division B newspaper, Scott Curbs of the Spectrum and Daily News is the winner. The judges cited Curbs' strong coverage of the rescue mission's outcome, with good details and good sourcing. First place in Division B photography goes to Jed Burkett of the Spectrum. The judges cited the photograph's great composition and the photographer's quick reaction to an unfolding event. In Division C, Jamie Belknap of the Tooele Transcript takes first place. Good, thorough reporting, the judges said. The story about a marijuana farm showed the story's implications on the community beyond the bust. First place for spot news photography in Division C goes to Megan Burr's photograph of the Grantsville Elementary fire. The judges called it a good, strong picture, and they loved the look of the fireman's face. For radio news,
here again, an explosion and fire approximately 15 to 20 minutes ago. Thick black smoke.
The winner is KSL Radio for the Silver Eagle refinery explosion.
Cameras, large plumes of black smoke billowing in the air around the area of the North Interchange at I-215 and I-15. Now, since that
the judges said the KSL Radio news staff reported the facts calmly without speculation.
The best of government reporting goes to Eric Peterson of the Salt Lake City Weekly. The judges describe Peterson's story about a call center's political donations to Attorney General Mark Shurtleff as an outstanding piece in a difficult-to-judge category. In Division B, first place goes to Caleb Warnock of the Daily Herald for his story about Saratoga Springs buying water for the LDS Church. The judges called the story a solid explanation and analysis of an unusual situation. Judges called hurried Davis legislators an enterprising behind-the-scenes look at how government by the people gets done by the people who also have lives. The judges called Becky Gino's story an unusual and interesting take on the governing process. Best television government reporting goes to Chris Van Oker of ABC4 News for his piece on legislators buying flat screens for their offices.
But perception-wise, it does seem to raise questions about why some state workers are getting pink slips while lawmakers are getting flat screens.
The judges called this a good, solid government feature that was well written, presented, and edited.
Standing ovations greeted Utah's new governor, Gary Herbert, as he walked.
Mary Richards' strong, clear speaking voice is one of the reasons the judges chose her story about the swearing in of Governor Gary Herbert as the first place winner.
He took the oath of office. In his speech, he praised states' rights.
We should never forget that
the judges called Richards' use of ambient sound excellent, and they commented on the tight editing and use of sound bites.
In the category of Best Continuing Coverage, the winners are
Elizabeth Smart today will be in the same room as one of her accused kidnappers.
The judges awarded first place to the KSL Radio News staff.
Amanda, really, this could be a grueling hearing for Elizabeth Smart, asked to relive her days with Brian David Mitchell for an expected 2 hours of testimony. That's not counting cross-examination. But
the judges said KSL takes the listener into the courtroom and covers multiple angles surrounding the story with tremendously well-done team coverage. The best continuing coverage in the Newspaper C division goes to Sarah Miley of the Tooele Transcript Bulletin. The judges called Miley's coverage of the Stockton bar controversy a perfect example of focusing on a local issue that has as much impact as a state story. In Division B, the winner is the Herald-Journal news staff for their coverage of the fatal landslide. The judges said the newspaper provided comprehensive coverage of a tragic event with lots of good sidebar stories. The Division A winner for Best Continuing Coverage goes to Brooke Adams' coverage of polygamy. Adams' writing is excellent, according to the judges. The writing has a very effective staccato style that adds emphasis while drawing a picture of Warren Jeff's influence. For television, first place goes to Ben Winslow of Fox 13 News.
Key to those cases is hundreds of boxes of evidence seized by police in last year's raid on the Yearning for Zion Ranch. They include photos.
The judges described his work as good, solid, continuing coverage of a timely, newsworthy, and interesting subject.
Prosecutors used them in Raymond Jessup's trial and plan to use them in the others to paint a damning picture of underage marriages on the ranch. One document recounts.
First place winners in the criminal justice reporting category are
Hurry, send an ambulance.
September 2006, a crash leaves 2 dead west of Logan.
For radio, the prize goes to Mark Juke for his series called Dialing and Driving.
No movement, no pulse.
Both men left families behind.
Absolutely devastating. He was my world, and he's gone.
The judges like the use of sound and sound bites and the tight editing.
Reggie Shaw's car drifted into traffic while he was sending a text message.
In television, the winner is Fox 13's Ben Winslow for his story about a massive exotic car auction.
This impressive car collection is going to be auctioned off while Jeffrey Mowen awaits trial on fraud charges. He's also accused of trying to have 4 witnesses in the criminal case against him killed.
Best criminal justice reporting in Newspaper Division A goes to Jeremiah Stetler and Steve Gerke of the Salt Lake Tribune for jail reform. Outstanding job, said the judges, a thorough examination of overflowing jails and alternative programs.
In Division B, the prize goes to Noor Kassar and Jennifer Weaver of the Spectrum and Daily News for their article about internet predators. According to the judges, these reporters took a topic that could have been sensationalized and broke it down into a real and informative story.
In Division C, the judges praised Jamie Belknap and the Tooele Transcript Bulletin for having the backbone to publish this story. Stockton cops suspended after ticketing mayor's son is a simple story with huge implications, well written and researched.
In sports reporting, the winners are Jessica Schreifels of the Signpost for Being Good Sports. The judges said the story about student athletes and crime offered a good analysis of a tough issue. In Division A, first place goes to Gordon Monson and Leah Woodraska of the Salt Lake Tribune for biggest NCAA game played in Salt Lake City. The story about Magic Johnson and Larry Bird playing in the 1979 NCAA National Championships here in Salt Lake City was a well-written story, according to the judges. The writing carried this entry to the top in a very competitive category. David Mortimer of the Daily Universe is the winner for Flash Hoax. The judge wrote, "Even though the matchup never happened, the story managed to create suspense. It also provided a good look at the desperation of owners to fill seats." In television, first place for sports goes to Sammy Linebaugh of the Mountain Sports Network. The story focuses on Utah running back Shaky Smits, who adopted his younger brother to get him out of the inner city in Baltimore.
Free Time for the Smithsons is all about competition.
The judges described this story as a wonderful and heartwarming feature.